These are the 10 most striking and disturbing objects revealed in Jeffrey Epstein's case, from compromising photographs to documents that could expose the secrets of an exploitation network. Make sure to stay until the end because object number 1 is absolutely terrifying. 10. A sealed envelope containing $17,115 in cash. In one of his properties, authorities found a yellow envelope inside a vacuum-sealed bag marked with the initials SK and dated August 27, 2008. Inside, there was exactly $17,115 in bills of various denominations. The fact that the money was packed and labeled with a specific date suggests that Epstein operated with cash strategically, possibly for payments that could not be traced. This aligns with accusations that he paid large sums in cash to his accomplices or victims in exchange for silence. It also raises the possibility that the money was intended for bribes or payments to key individuals within his network. 9. A photo album titled Photo Album of Girl and Epstein. Among the seized documents, authorities found a photo album with a title that is alarming in itself. Photo Album of a Girl and Epstein. Although the exact content of the album has not been disclosed, it is known that Epstein's properties contained hundreds of photos of underage girls, many of them in compromising situations. The fact that this album was specifically titled in this way indicates that Epstein did not just store photos randomly. He kept an organized record. This raises several questions. Who was the girl in the photos? Why was this album important enough to be specially kept? Was it part of a larger collection? 8. An Austrian passport with Epstein's photos. In one of his residences, authorities discovered an Austrian passport with Jeffrey Epstein's photograph, but under a completely different name. The fake passport indicated that Epstein could travel under an alternative identity without raising suspicion. This discovery is especially concerning because it reinforces the theory that Epstein had ways to escape if things went wrong. Given his level of wealth and connections, a fake passport could have allowed him to disappear overnight. It also raises suspicions about the possibility that he had more such documents, indicating a network of contacts willing to cover his movements. 7. Sex toys and bondage accessories. In one of his properties, several sexual items were found, including a vibrator, 3 butt plugs, a pair of handcuffs, a whip, a dildo, a strap, a box of condoms, a nurse's cap, and a stethoscope. By themselves, these objects might not mean anything out of the ordinary, but in the context of the accusations against Epstein, they take on a much darker meaning. Several victims have testified that they were forced to participate in role-playing and control dynamics at Epstein's properties, making the presence of these items further support their testimonies. Additionally, the fact that these objects were stored alongside other documents suggests they may have been systematically used in his abuse rituals. 6. A handwritten note with passwords. Authorities found a piece of paper with passwords written on both sides, which could be one of the most crucial pieces of evidence in the entire case. Epstein had an enormous number of electronic devices, hard drives, and servers, suggesting that he stored compromising information. The existence of a note with handwritten passwords is unusual, as someone with his resources would likely have used more secure methods to store digital information. This suggests that these access codes were too important to be left on a device that could be hacked or tracked. If the passwords provided access to emails, bank accounts, or hidden files, they could have revealed key secrets about Epstein's network and his connections with high-profile individuals. 5. A collection of framed photographs of naked women. Among the seized evidence, multiple photographs of naked women were found, many of them framed as if they were trophies. This reinforces the idea that Epstein did not just see his victims as objects, but collected them visually in a way that suggests power and control. The photos may have been part of a blackmail system, or simply a reflection of his twisted mindset. Some sources suggest that certain photographs included well-known individuals, which could explain why authorities have kept their content secret. 4. Boat travel logs and employee lists. Epstein owned a private island and had kept detailed records of the trips made to Little St. James. Among the seized documents were records of boat voyages and lists of employees, information that could be key to determining who visited the island and how often. Several victims have stated that they were transported by plane and boat to the island without any chance of escape. If these records contain specific names, they could be among the most compelling pieces of evidence to incriminate others involved in Epstein's network. 3. A photo album with images of the island and its visitors. Authorities also found a photo album containing images of Epstein and his island. Given that many high-profile figures have been linked to visits to Little St. James, this album could serve as visual evidence of who was there. The existence of these photos is crucial because many individuals have denied any connection to Epstein or his island. If the album contains previously unseen images of people who have publicly distanced themselves from the case, it could be critical evidence in future investigations. 2. A collection of hard drives and USB flash drives with unknown information in several boxes. Authorities found hard drives, USB flash drives, and CDs. To this day, their contents have not been publicly disclosed, but the sheer quantity of storage devices suggests that Epstein kept a vast amount of compromising information. Given his connections with powerful figures in politics, business, and entertainment, it wouldn't be surprising if these drives contained evidence of his crimes or information that could be used for blackmail. 1. A CD labeled Girl Pics Nude Book 4. One of the most disturbing discoveries among the seized evidence was a CD labeled Girl Pics Nude Book 4. The title alone is unsettling and suggests that it contained images of minors in compromising situations. The most alarming aspect of this discovery is the number 4 on the label, implying that this was not an isolated case but part of a series. This raises a terrifying question. How many more of these discs existed? Were they part of a larger collection? The existence of this CD reinforces the theory that Epstein not only abused minors, but meticulously documented these crimes. Many victims have testified that Epstein had surveillance cameras in his properties and recorded encounters with politicians, celebrities, and high-profile businessmen. If this CD contained explicit images, it is possible that it was used as part of a blackmail system in which Epstein accumulated evidence against powerful individuals to secure their loyalty or protection. Additionally, the fact that these images were organized into volumes suggests that Epstein archived his material for a specific purpose, whether personal, commercial, or coercive. Authorities have never publicly revealed the exact contents of this CD or the other storage devices seized in the case. However, its mere existence is a crucial piece in the investigation, as it could contain key evidence not only against Epstein, but also against others involved in his network. The big question remains: who was in those photos? And why haven't they been exposed yet? These seized objects are only a fraction of what was found in Epstein's properties. Each of them tells a story about how his network operated and the connections that may have been protected by powerful figures. The Epstein case still holds many unanswered questions, and perhaps some of the answers lie within these objects that remain in the hands of authorities.